Welcome to another edition of the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Thursday morning edition, May 23rd of the Good Outdoorz Radio Show. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Oh, nothing but a little rain, man. It is flooding outside from Hayhire all the way down to Valdosta, from exit 29 all the way to exit 18. Like you said, driving 50 miles an hour coming in, it was rough.
It was, man.
Rough.
I had a little bit of sprinkling coming down coming up 75 until I got to about 2 exits down and started raining a little bit. And
Your mic ain't working.
I
don't know what's up with that.
Ain't nobody wanting him to talk this morning. It's dead. We're gonna have to switch it up here. Technical difficulties on a rainy Thursday. That's a lot better. I can hear you now.
This one ain't no good, but this one works.
Yeah.
Bad. This one's good.
I haven't seen any sprinkling since 2:15. I think about 2:15 this morning. I haven't seen any sprinkling. It's been getting it and
been flooding instead of sprinkling.
Yeah, it's been getting it. And lightning, thunder, wind, it got me nervous at the house. Ain't no doubt about that. But man, I'll tell you, this lady, I was just looking here. You know, it'd be great to win the lottery. You hear people winning the lottery, but this lady, Mary Jane Hart, she works at a convenience store, and she decided to buy her a lottery ticket and won $1 million. So she sold herself her winning ticket.
And that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, that don't happen every day.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'd love to sell myself $1 million ticket.
I'd love to sell myself a $5 ticket at this point.
I hear you. I would too. Yeah, there's a lot of news. I got to get back. I'm trying to get used to this microphone now, so I'll be back just a minute. But
yeah, I've been thinking about exercising. Another little quick tidbit here. We always kind of talk about a little bit of different stuff in the news. May not necessarily be anything about the good outdoors, but this is interesting nonetheless. I've been thinking about getting back in the gym, working out, and pushing my body to its limits, and I ain't pushing it this far. Junior Dos Santos, a UFC superstar, pushed his body so far that his muscle fiber broke down into his bloodstream and nearly killed him.
Good grief.
Now that's just carrying it a little bit too far right there.
Yeah, that is. I touched on a piece of that article this morning. Didn't pull up and read it, but that is dedication. Now, was he absolutely just training that hard, or was something else the cause of it?
No, he was absolutely training that hard to be the very best he could, and had such a drive and a desire to be the best that he pushed himself, to that brink that it almost killed him. And his muscle fiber, I didn't even know you could do that. Break your muscle fiber down so far that it goes into your bloodstream, and it almost killed him.
Dedication. That's wanting to do what he loves.
And he's good at it. Needless to say.
Evidently, he's a little bit too good at it.
Yeah, I would not get in the ring with Junior Dos Santos.
I saw a house built on a rock in a river. And this is the house says it's balancing on a rock in the middle of the Drina River in Serbia, and it has pictures of this thing. A tiny one-room home was built in 1968, pounded by floods and high winds that continues to stand strong against the elements of time. Now, this thing is it's funny looking when you pull the picture of it up. It's out in the middle, absolutely in the middle of a river. Only way to access it is by boat, little small front porch on it, but it's just the neatest looking little house. Now, I don't know that I'd want to be there at the time the river was just raging and flooding. It seemed like it'd go into water at some point in time. That thing is awesome, man.
Golly.
Neat place to have a house.
I don't know how many people out there have ever caught an amberjack.
Ooh, but there is a big one out there.
Yeah, I fished and caught amberjack that literally with Tim Fletcher out of Port Canaveral down there. Mm-hmm. I literally, me, Tim, and two other guys, we caught him. He had a commercial fishing license. But anyway, we caught those fish until we couldn't do it no more, literally physically, and they were probably, I don't know, I'm guessing 50, 60 pounds, some of them. I mean, just huge. You got to pull them off the bottom. Well, this cat in the Sea of Cortez, he caught a 156-pound amberjack off the coast of the sea, or actually in the Sea of Cortez, near Baja California there. they were so excited. The crew, they weren't thinking about records or anything. They did weigh the fish on board, and they knew how much it weighed. But they marveled at the size of the fish and hefted their great prize as if to see if they could lift it. Indeed, be hefted up. Then they were so excited they just went ahead and started carving it up to make fish tacos and fillets for the grill. Only when they came back to shore and started talking about it did they realize that they had a potential world record, and they're sick about it.
Yeah, they done filleted him up and ate him.
Oh yeah, they ate him up. That sounds like that sounds like my luck.
I see the man standing there holding the fish,
Oh, yeah.
in the picture, and that thing is huge.
Absolutely huge fish. I don't know how they got him in, man. That's you have to work your tail off to get an amberjack up off the bottom and even have a chance to get him. But if he's a good one, but a strong fish.
Another thing that's good in the outdoors are rare, and I don't know how to exactly pronounce this, rare Javan leopards captured in stunning camera trap photos. Researchers placed 30 cameras throughout West Java rainforest and let them sit for 30 days and catches just an incredibly endangered species in candid poses. They got these cats laying around, leopards, they're beautiful animals, but it was Indonesia is where they were at, and they're really, really, really rare. There's not very many of them left in the world, and it's believed to comprise less than 250 adults. And they've finally got some of these on camera and on video and studied them a little bit more. The spotted leopards are beautiful animals, but just an amazing thing, trying to, excuse me, amazing thing in conservation. I got confused there for a minute. This microphone is really killing me this morning, but it's just unreal what conservation is doing, what they're doing around the world with it. It's not just an American thing. It's conservation at its finest around the world, and you can't get any better than that.
Nope. Sure. Well, the only thing that you can get better at that is to tear your wall out of your house and find a Superman comic book worth $100,000.
What? Who in the world would step in the wall?
They used back when they built this house. They used wadded up newspapers and stuff for insulation in the walls. Mm-hmm. And inside, when he was remodeling his house, inside one of the walls, when he was pulling the paper out, he found a comic book, Superman comic book, worth over $100,000 from 1938. It was copy of Action Comics #1 from 1938, the very first comics to feature the granddaddy of all superheroes.
That makes me want to go take a sledgehammer and tear the walls out of my house, but my house ain't but like 4 years old.
Your house is not old enough, and neither is mine for that matter. But yeah, you need an old house. You need to go buy an old house and just see if you can find you a Superman comic book.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Did you hear about the ghost ship in the Atlantic?
I saw something about that. I saw it disappeared.
Yeah,
where it's at.
They're wondering where it's at after months of drifting across the North Atlantic. A luckless, abandoned cruise ship spotted drifting off the coast of Ireland may have finally sunk beneath the waves because I can't find it anymore. And talk about a new reef, 328 feet long, named after a Russian scream siren from the 1930s, was built in 1976 and chartered for expeditions to polar waters. It was abandoned in 2010 in Canada and was sold for scrap to an outfit in the Dominican Republic. While it was being towed to the Caribbean, the tow line snapped. In rough seas, the crew was unable to reconnect the line, leaving the ship to drift eastwards across the Atlantic Ocean. So, no crew, no warning lights, no nothing. It finally just goes away. New reef formed. I don't know if you can find how deep it is, but that sucker is down there, man.
I wonder how many people's going to join Matt Damon's strike.
What is he striking for?
I don't really know what it's. Well, yeah, it is. He's striking to make sure that the world has access to clean toilets. So
what?
He has decided not to go to the bathroom until everyone in the world has access to clean toilets.
Let me know how that works out. From what's he doing? Is he going to go into Good Outdoorz?
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do here. That's all it says. I mean, this is it. It says Matt Damon is going on strike. Kind of. The Academy Award winner and friends will not go to the bathroom until everyone in the world has access to clean toilets. To join Matt on his toilet strike, visit strikewithme.org. For $25, you can give a person clean water for life. That's it. That's all it says.
Oh, well.
Yeah. With all this going on in the world,
and that's
by God,
chooses.
Let's join the Clean Toilet Society.
That's what he chooses to support. Isn't that something? Did you, the gun law up in New York is it's been under fire, but it's back in the news now, and it's saying, will New York governor fire any sheriffs who publicly oppose the state's strict gun laws? And it goes on here and says Governor Andrew Cuomo pushed local sheriffs to stop publicly speaking out against the SAFE Act, the gun control law he signed in January. But they haven't. They're still speaking out about it. And they were all the sheriffs were reportedly summoned to Albany last month, Albany, New York, where they met with the governor about the issue. And it's no secret that sheriffs had come out to publicly oppose the law, sharing their concerns. He said the governor was of the opinion that the sheriffs around the state should not be interjecting their personal opinions in reference to the law. So you have people standing up against this, against things that are going on throughout the country. Mm-hmm. You have local sheriffs saying, man, our own governor is crazy. Not here in Georgia, thank God, but in New York. And they're standing up against it. And that's awesome. You stand up for what you believe in your Second Amendment rights. You stand up for the Constitution. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
Can't say enough good things about them.
Got to commend them for that.
Sure do.
Also in the news, an attorney for an 87-year-old woman who has accused Donald Trump of cheating her delivers a sarcastic closing argument. They've caught Donald, they think, in a lie on the witness stand. The old bait and switch there. So good luck, Donald. Don't really care what you did or why you lied or whatever, but you can't lie under oath. Shame on you if you did it. So anyway.
Hey, we got to take a break here on the Good Outdoors. First thing this morning. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for listening.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Darrell's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that real tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden, the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Darrell, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world?
Hello. It sure ain't working for some reason. Don't know what. It can be a little aggravating, though. Still ain't working. Don't know what in the hell might be wrong with it. Wiggling all the wires and ain't nothing working. Sure, I can't hear nothing in it.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back this morning to The Good Outdoors, man. That sounds a little better to me there. Welcome back.
Go ahead and give a disclaimer this morning. We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It's upsetting the rhythm and the flow.
Man, it's
and
killing
our
me.
groove, man. I mean, it's all about groove, you know. And now
Then something else just happened.
now something else just happened. So we're gonna be struggling this morning. But hey,
We're struggling enough without technical difficulties.
yeah, you know, I was just reading here during the break while Darrell was trying to get you straight there. You know, the whole gun issue has caused gun sales to go through the roof, as we all know. And none have benefited greater in the firearms industry than Cabela's.
Oh yeah.
The two guys that own Cabela's, you know, the brothers, the Cabela brothers, they own 25% of the company. At first, that catches your eye. You know, they're a multi-million-dollar company, and they are the founders, and they own the largest stake in the company. They own 25% of the company, not even the majority of it. But their shares have increased $1.2 billion, or has pushed, not increased, but it's pushed their fortune, the worth of their fortune, to $1.2 billion. And the shares have increased by 95% over the last 2 years, 70% alone in 2013. So if you had shares of stock in Cabela, you have done very well the last couple of years. But
Yeah.
they are raking it in. Richard and James Cabela, they started their stores, you know, just like any other store. They have one store, then they decided to open another, and they ended up with about 40 stores, and of course, strong internet and mail catalog sales. I think their mail and catalog sales outperformed their brick and mortar sales 2-1. I would imagine. I've ordered a lot of stuff from Cabela's, and of course, down here in the South, we don't have a Cabela's. I don't even know where the closest one is from here.
I don't either, but you know, I've done some Cabela shopping, and Cabela's is cheaper than some of the other ones, but I still can't shop there a lot. Even on the internet, you know, pulling them up, looking, still can't shop there a lot. They're a little bit on the pricier side, but the selection, you know, that's one thing they have. They have the selection.
Well, they cater towards the laziness of the consumer. They send a nice catalog into your house, and they get you that way. But I can't buy a whole lot by mail order. I don't care if it's guns, you know, what hunting supplies. No matter what it is, I just cannot buy it. I got to go touch it and feel it before I buy it. And I don't care what it is. If it's a widget, a knife, a basketball, It doesn't matter. I got to go touch it and see how it feels and what it looks like, you know. And I gotta have a relationship with what I'm purchasing. I can't just open up a box and hope that it fits and that it's what I thought it would be, you know. And
I know what you mean.
Now, you know, I guess some items, if you know people, you know, buy certain types of you know, reloading equipment or gunpowder and things like that, I guess you get what you order. But most items that I buy, I'm going to the local retail establishment, hopefully here in Lowndes County, Georgia.
That's right. Local stuff, man. Lowndes County. You know, speaking of Lowndes County, there is a huge fundraiser happening today. Black Crow Media. We've teamed up with Black Crow Media and the American Red Cross, and we're having a huge citywide, you know, fundraiser today to benefit the Red Cross. All the money is going directly to the people of Oklahoma. Black Crow Media is going to have like five different remotes today, I think.
Yep.
They're going to have the mall center court. We're going to have Super Suds Car Wash right behind the studios right here. You're going to have remotes there. You're going to have some at Winn-Dixie at 5 Points area. Just come by. Even if it's $1, 50 cents, whatever you can give, stop by and participate in these fundraisers. Give some money, you know, and help out these people in Oklahoma because, man, they need it. It's a terrible tragedy.
Yeah. I tell you what's a tragedy here.
What is that?
Not I'm being facetious. It's not near the same category as what we were just talking about with Oklahoma, but the Major League Baseball pitchers are getting nailed this year for cheating at an alarming rate. I don't know if anybody saw the video from the Seattle Mariners pitcher flagrantly spitting on the ball, throwing a spitball. But yeah, they've caught more more people doctoring the ball this year than in any year past in the history, and cheating is just running running rampant in Major League Baseball. The pitcher, but this cat, it shows a video if you get a chance to go on Yahoo and just Google Seattle Mariner pitcher Alex Sanabia. I mean, the umpires didn't even catch him. It was called on video camera, but clearly, he hawks a good one right on the ball. Anyway, they've been caught with nail files, emery boards, globs of Vaseline, hair tonic.
What was the latest one they accused of?
Spit.
No, there was another one. He had something on his arm.
Scuffing the ball?
A couple of weeks ago. No, it wasn't scuffing. It was making it maybe a little stickier. Maybe it was I don't remember what it was, but there's a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, you can get all kind of advantages. When I pitched, mine, I don't know why anybody would want to try to grease the ball. Mine was polar opposite. I wanted to scuff it. So I would do all kinds of stuff. I'd get, we wore steel cleats in college, and I'd get down at like I was tying my shoe, and we'd get a new baseball in, and I'd start rubbing it up, and I'd have to tie my shoe, and I'd get down there and act like I was getting a dirt clog or something out of my cleat, and I would scuff the ball in a certain spot on next to the seam to get the grip on my slider, and it was I think it was more mental than it was anything, but I'd do it. I never got caught, but I'd scuff that ball every time. Nobody ever caught me, scuffing the baseball. Of course, I guess it didn't give me too big of an advantage because here I am doing the Good Outdoorz Radio Show. Maybe I should have went with the hair tonic or the Vaseline, but anyway, it's a shame that the game has turned a bunch of cheaters, but. I'll tell you somebody that didn't cheat yesterday. That was Evan Gattis for the Atlanta Braves. He belted a grand slam in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Wow.
Yeah, to help propel the Braves to, I think, their 5th or 6th win in a row. They're on a pretty good roll right now.
Yeah, getting back up there, aren't they?
Well, the year's about ebbs and flows. You're going to win some, lose some. Some's going to get rained out. You just got to keep going. 162 times, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
The cheating scandals or whatever you want to call them by scuffing the balls or whatever, it just shows you how competitive it actually is right now. How tight it is and how much they're looking for any edge they can to stay to be a professional ball player.
It's all about money. That's the thing. I mean, it is, and each one of them, everybody I've ever known that has played sports for the love of it, those guys, they're up there. They're up there. You can't say they're not doing it for the money because that is part of it. But I think that 99.9% of them, if you took away the millions of dollars they make and just paid them a normal, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year salary, they'd all to a man still be right there doing it. They do love the game, but that competitive edge is enhanced and influenced by that money, and that's why you see that. That's why you saw the steroid, craze in baseball is because. Somewhere along the line, one guy started doing it and started belting home runs, and then the other guy said, man, look at him. He's going to stay up there. He's getting paid, and here you go, bam.
He's making all the money. I got to get in on this one.
We got a call coming in. Let's see if they're wet this morning. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoorz. How are you?
Good. Trying to stay dry.
Well, good luck with that.
Fun. It come a flood about 2 o'clock.
That's what I was telling them. I mean, it woke me up at, I want to say about 2:15 in Hayhira, and what woke me up was not the rain, but it was the lightning. It was getting it, man. It was popping and striking right there. One had to have struck out there in Hodges Pond and knocked all the water out of it. It was so loud. It woke everybody up. Emmy was screaming. Wow. And when I come out of the house this morning, it was a pretty rough scene at my house. Everybody in the house was awake. So and that's not the usual deal. But
I'll tell you, you don't hear it too much in that building I work in.
Yeah.
But last night or tonight, it was pretty dang strong.
Yeah, it was. When I got here at Flash Foods right here on the corner of Gornto and Baytree, I asked the guy there. I said, "How long has it been raining like this?" He said, "At least an hour." And it's hard to gauge it, through your life. But when you see it raining that hard for an hour, it makes you wonder how many inches of rain has fell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for daylight to break around and see how much water's in the ditches. That's how I can tell,
I can tell you over here in Industrial Park, the ditches are full of water right now.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, but we were talking about the other day, it's amazing how quick the ground gets dry. But at the same time, all that rain we've had, it don't take it long to get a good rain like that, and then you got standing water again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I walked out of the house in Lake Park this morning, and it was bone dry at 3 o'clock this morning. Yes, sir. Bone dry. My sidewalk was not even wet, period, in Lake Park this morning.
Well, I'm headed to Dasher now, so maybe it got a little wet.
It looks like on the radar that maybe it had went south a little bit, but it sure wasn't this morning, man. When I walked out the door,
Man,
bone
I thought we
dry.
were going to seek shelter for real.
Yeah. Well, I did too, man.
rough.
That got with all the the latest happenings out there in Oklahoma. When I heard that lightning and thunder and the wind, and I said, man, I better get up. I actually got up and turned the TV on just to make sure there wasn't some sort of alert, that I needed to know about there. So,
What is the weather out of here now?
What's it look?
I think it's moving on through pretty quickly. We pulled the radar up before we went on air, and it's moving on through. There's still some pretty good sales out there. Darrell Sample Jr. has it pulled up, looking at it, and just it's still east of 75. He says Equipment's getting it right now, so it's coming on through. But it looks like right there, just the other side of Equipment is the end of it. So I would imagine by looking at that, just guessing that by the time day breaks, it'd probably be slacking up and you'll start seeing some sunshine.
Yeah, I'm planning on going fishing. I'm off the rest of the week. So.
Well, you won't have trouble finding any water to fish in today.
Hey, man, don't forget about the fundraiser going on today with Black Crow Media. The Good Outdoors is going to be out there. Going to be all over Valdosta, Ryan, collecting money for
Super Suds.
Yeah, we're going to be at
Super
Super Suds,
Suds
the
and
mall.
Yeah.
Winn-Dixie at 5 Points. We're going to be all over the place, man.
Yeah, I meant to call you back yesterday. I stopped by my wife's grandfather's farm. There's some hogs out here yesterday.
Really?
I wasn't able to get one, but I'm about to pop one now.
I hear you.
Pop
Y'all take it easy.
Pop him and post him, baby.
All right, guys.
See you, man.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Hogs are just terrible, man. Everybody, Denver's going after them again this weekend. Ryan's after them all the time. They're just everywhere now.
Yeah, they are.
It's crazy.
They are. You got to stay on top of them. I've been thinking a lot lately. A single man has got to work the night shift. If you're single and you don't have a family and you love hunting and fishing, you got to work the night shift.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you got all day. I know you got to make some sleep in there, but fishing, hunting's best early in the morning, late in the evening.
Sleep's overrated anyway.
Yeah. I think are we ready to take a break there,
Yeah.
Darrell? He's got that look in his eye over there. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back on the Good Outdoors.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. Did you know that T3 Outdoors buys, sells, trades, and consigns used guns? We need your used guns. T3 Outdoors has a huge selection of turkey gear, from mouth calls, box calls, decoys, and ammo. T3 also has $8.99 sweet fee. We also have new spring Under Armour, Guy Harvey, and AFCO shorts. T3 also carries knives, Yeti coolers, boots, Costa sunglasses, and more. T3 Outdoors is locally owned and operated on Perimeter Road next to Zacadoo's.
It's your chance to win a $1,000 gift card to Austin's Cattle Company. Make up your own jingle, rhyme, or song because it's Austin's Idol.
Okay, off you go.
Pluck a duck or a slew of guineas. Austin's Cattle Company is better than any. Steaks, baked potato, seafood. Let's run down to Austin's Cattle Company. We'll have a juicy steak, one for you and me. Down at Austin's Cattle Company, we'll have a juicy steak, one for you and me.
Think you can do better? Send in your CDs, MP3s, or video files to sales@austinscattlecompany.com or drop them off at Ed 616 off I-75 because it's an addiction you never have to quit.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back this morning to the Good Outdoors. You know, there's a guy in Miami that's in a whole lots of trouble. He posted a video over a year and a half ago online of him jumping on the back of a manatee. Now, I'm telling you, that is a no-no.
Yeah, but you don't even comment negatively on a manatee, or you're going to the slapper. So they're funny about them things.
They are. They're investigating an online video that shows a man doing a cannonball onto two manatees in Florida. It shows the man jumping on top of what appears to be a manatee and a young calf swimming near a dock in a residential area. It says a voice is heard saying, "Should I do it? Let's do it. Jump, jump, jump." And jump, he did.
How old you say they were, or did you say?
It doesn't say how old they are yet, but it's shot more than a year and a half ago. He's leading a joint investigation with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and is looking to possible violations of the Endangered Species Act, and that is one you do not want to violate.
Yeah, that you'd be better off getting caught hauling a load of crack cocaine out of Miami than you would jumping on a manatee.
Yeah,
and you know, it's probably young kids that's just goofing around, don't know any better, and they need to take that in consideration. In all honesty, I mean, especially if if they weren't hurt, no harm, no foul. Give them community service.
Well, it's
make it rough on them. But
it's described here as two men in the videos, but that doesn't mean it's 18 years or older. But it's been identified as residents of Florida's East Coast city, but they won't give any more information about the video. It says you could see they were targeting them. They were luring them, trying to lure them right a little bit closer to them.
That ain't good. That's way worse than me jumping on Jerry Harris's back at the swimming pool.
Anyone who violates the Act's provision against harassing, harming, pursuing, hunting, or killing a protected species can face up to $100,000 in fine and a year in prison or both.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, they're the manatees, man. They're endangered. And when we're down there in Crystal River, I filmed a couple of them down there. There was three laying up there, and you could see. We didn't get that close to them, but you could see where one of them had gotten hit by a boat. You could see the propeller marking going all the way the length of this thing's body. They're slow. They don't hear they don't hear the boats as well, the low hum and stuff. So they don't know to get out of the way of them, and they're slow swimmers. So they get but you ain't gonna jump on one's back and get away with it. It's just not gonna happen.
No, they're very. If you've never seen one in the wild, they're very slow moving, docile, nice creatures. I'm sure they can. I mean, if you mess with them. Well, yeah, I'm sure they'll protect their young and all. We got a call coming in. We're going to take the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you this morning?
I'm all right, guys. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing fantastic.
So remember, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, y'all was talking about poachers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my nephew was riding in the truck with this boy, and the boy stopped and shot a turkey on somebody else's land.
Uh-oh.
Well, he don't have a hunting license or nothing. Well, they wrote tickets for everybody that was in the truck, even though my nephew and the other boy didn't have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
$1,600 fine.
Wow.
Yeah,
just for being in the truck with him.
I would go to court. The thing about that is he probably can get off of it or at least get it reduced. But the guy driving the truck is going to have to own up and say, hey, they didn't know nothing about it, and then hope that you can get it off there. But I wouldn't take that sitting down.
Yeah, they already went to court.
Oh, man.
And the boy that shot the turkey, he didn't show up for court.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
They told him, the public defender or whoever he was, told him, said, if he comes to court and he says that, look, they didn't know nothing about it, then they would reduce the fine, but they would still have a fine.
Yeah.
But the boy didn't show up. But just so the listeners know, if you with some idiot like that little boy, you will get a ticket.
Yeah, and if I'm in a situation like that, he will get a pop knot put on his head for doing it.
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, I ain't a proponent of butt whipping unless somebody actually needs one.
I just know poaching is wrong, and y'all was talking about it, and I wanted everybody out there to know, even if you ain't the one doing the shooting, if you with some idiot that is, you will get in trouble too.
And that goes, well, that's not just with poaching, that's with anything. If you're driving or riding in a car with somebody and they're breaking the law, do you realize that you can be fined if it's your vehicle? You can be fined for permitting them to violate a state law.
No, but I know I let my neighbor drive my car one time. He was like, can I hold your car real quick to run uptown? It was raining. Hell, he asked to borrow the car, so I figured he had a license. I said, yeah, well, he got stopped by the police, and he had suspended license. They wrote me a ticket for $350.
Yep.
Good gracious.
You got to be careful.
When somebody asks to borrow your car, do you say, well, do you have a driver's license? I mean, if they're going to ask, you just assume.
Yeah, the way the law reads, I mean, you're supposed to, but it's a little bit on the crazy side.
Yeah, so I know about that part, but now I know about if you with some idiot that's out there shooting that ain't supposed to, you're going to get in trouble for that, too.
You're right.
You will.
You're right.
You will.
You're right.
So, all right, well, good luck with the fundraiser today.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited about the fundraiser, man. Not just on our behalf, but the whole Black Crow team. All the stations are going to be all over, spread out around Valdosta from 4 to 6. Is that right?
4 to 6 p.m.
4
today.
to 6 p.m. raising money for the victims of the Oklahoma tornado. One example here is at Super Suds, and you can come in and get your car washed for, I believe it's $5.95.
Yep, an exterior wash for $5.95.
Yeah, exterior wash for $5.95, and a portion of that will be donated. It's a sizable chunk of the money. I think it's $2 or $3. $3 of the $5.95. So half of what you pay is going directly to the to help the the rebuilding efforts out there in the Moore, Oklahoma tragedy. So make sure that you go by, and with this rain we've had this morning, probably a lot of cars going to need a little wash. The sun's going to come out today, and you're going to need your car washed. So why don't you go by there and get it done for? Might as well call it $6, $5.95. Half of the money you give is going right out there. You got your car washed; it's shining like a new penny, and you've done a good deed.
And I don't know which of the stations exactly is going to be at Super Suds. I know 99.5 is going to be at the mall. Who? 102.7 is going to be at Super Suds, and our very own Ronnie Colbert, he's going to be able to come in this afternoon and be at Super Suds and volunteering to wash cars. So he's actually going to be out there washing and buffing the cars.
I'm going to make him wash my truck.
You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go clean my truck out, and I'm going to find me a mud hole.
Oh, you're going to clean it out and then find a mud hole.
We're going to have to get somebody to deliver my truck up there for running to clean up. I think that's going to be hilarious.
I think that's what we need to do. Listen to me now. I got it figured out. We need the Good Outdoors Nation to rise up, baby. Right. We need you to rise up and go muddy that truck up. I'm talking about get it nasty. And go up there and request that Ronnie Colbert wash your truck or your car.
There you go.
Well, that's raising more money.
That's just raising more money. That's right. If they charge $12 for it, I bet he'll donate $6. That's what kind of guy he is.
That's exactly right. Jim up there with Super Suds, man, I'm telling you, I hadn't met a more generous soul in this country.
He's awesome.
But let's rise up, baby. Let's rise up. Pull up in the parking lot of Super Suds with the mud dripping and say, hey, is Ronnie Colbert here?
That'll be funny.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be at Valdosta Mall with 99.5. I think we're going to send Steve, if he's available to come out. We're going to send him to the Winn-Dixie 5 Points area.
Well, there'll be more
people over there.
When the word gets out about that, there'll be a stampede over there.
I hope there is.
We're going to raise some kind of cash.
Darrell
y'all come see me. Y'all come see me up in the Winn-Dixie. Y'all got to rise up, but don't bring your dirty truck over there because I ain't washing nothing.
Hey. But I think that's how we're going to try to roll this thing out, is split the Good Outdoors team up to all 3 different locations and get out there and talk a little bit on the radio and say, hey, come see us and donate some money, drive through and drop some money off. I think we're going to be in Center Court in the mall.
Yep.
So you're actually going to have to get out and come into Center Court to come see me. So
I'll be out in the Good Outdoors. Darrell can be slacking off inside the mall there.
I got to be where the food's at.
Well, you got to be where the people is to help raise the money. All jokes aside, that's what we're doing. We're going to be rising up and raising money for these people out there. Think about this. 13,000 homes were destroyed. Yes, and when I say destroyed, I'm talking about totaled. They're going to have to be basically rebuilt from the ground up.
That's terrible.
13,000 homes. That's more homes than people in Hayhira, or more homes than people in Lake Park. Yep. More homes than people in a lot of cities around here. Lakeland. Just imagine every house in the town, probably times 2 or 3 in Hayhira, totally wiped out, gone. To put that in perspective. We were talking about the size of the swath of the thing, and when I went home the other day, I hit my odometer when I got off the interstate and drove home, and I went from 75 through the red light in Hayhira and turned off at my house, and I was not at the 2-mile mark yet. So that is incredible.
Yep,
it was on the ground for 40 minutes, and just a slow moving swath, almost 2 miles wide at points. I don't think it was less than a mile wide at any point.
I don't know.
And that is incredible. It's tragic. So come on out, hit the mall, hit Super Suds, hit Winn-Dixie, listen to your radio, go hit all these places. Let's create a frenzy of generosity, and let's raise some money.
Everybody out there has some loose change somewhere in their car, their house, even your pocket. It doesn't matter, but
the cushions of your couch, bro.
Exactly. Dig through them. I picked up a dime in the parking lot. Look for money everywhere. It doesn't matter if you don't have but 10 cents to donate, guys. Stop by and donate it. If 100,000 people donated 10 cents, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing.
Hey, if you are one of them people that buys a lot of scratch-off tickets, you usually buy 5 a day, buy 4 today, and take that other dollar and give it to the victim. You wouldn't believe how much it adds up.
Oh, yeah.
If everybody in this community, if every single, that's like I said yesterday, if everybody sent $1, if you represent everybody in your household with $1, send it in. I'd have to send $6. If everybody did that, we'd raise millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
$300 million.
We're going to take a break here on the Good Outdoors. We'll be back in 3 minutes on 99.5.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhira. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We were talking just before we went to break about the raising money and all for the victims in Oklahoma. There's already fraud cases. You knew this was going to happen. People charging way too much. There's one grocery store accused of charging $40 for a case of water. $40. Really? I can buy a case of water. What is it? $6 at the most? And you're selling it for, 7 times what it's worth?
That's just makes me want to just puke. That's so sick.
Yeah. The Oklahoma Attorney General said that 30 investigators from his office started aggressively combing the region for fraud just hours after the tornado tore through it. They're investigating the one for the water. They've already found hotels charging too much money. It's ridiculous what these people are. You're taking advantage of somebody. Why would you even want to do that? I just can't. I can't.
Here's what I don't understand. Okay, you're in business, and before this thing hit, you're in business. Let's just use the hotel as an example.
Mm-hmm.
You charging $50 a room, and what you're hoping for when you own a hotel is maximum capacity every night. Well, when a tragedy like that hits, first of all, I would hope that you were in a situation to where you could lower your rate to help people out. But at the very least, you got to keep your rate the same because you're going to be at maximum capacity.
Oh, yeah.
Why in the heck would you gouge somebody and hurt somebody and kick them when they're down? It's just, it is. It's greed. It's sinful, man. And I hope they have no mercy. Unlike the manatee story earlier, I hope they have no mercy on these cats, and I hope they slap them with the maximum penalty, man. It's just, that's wrong. I don't care who you are.
It's terrible. It's unreal. I can't, for the life of me, understand why somebody would want to do that. I just can't.
I've had a lot of friends through the years go work disasters and make money and go out there and work when Katrina came in, go out there with chainsaws and stuff and go out there and clean up. But they went out there and they did it ethically. They went out there and they charged, a reasonable rate to do it. Yep. And that's fine because it's got to be done. I had a lot of people go out there and volunteer their services and do it, but don't go out there and gouge somebody like that. That's unforgivable. Mm-hmm. We got a call coming in. We're going to take the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors Radio Show. How are you?
Doing good, guys. How y'all? I know y'all doing good, sounding good this morning.
We appreciate it. We're trying, man. We're trying to stay dry. We've had technical difficulties, but it could be worse.
It could be worse. Somebody that there in Mayfield, man, could come by and drop that buttermilk off.
Watch it, man. Wash your mouth out now. Don't even say that.
We got the doors locked up in here this morning.
I hear you. I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason there's a code on the door to keep the buttermilk out.
There you go. Talking about disaster, what's so sad about it is, like y'all said a while ago, if you buy a lottery ticket or whatever, you can take that dollar and donate it. Everybody can spend $1 today.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
But it's so sad that people don't have the mentality to think that, it don't take but a minute for it to be us instead of them.
Oh, you're right. That's exactly right.
A year ago, March, wasn't it, when the one hit Lakeland over there?
Yep. That's right. Yep.
Walker's Crossing.
Yep.
The people wasn't expecting that day. I mean,
no.
And then talking about how people take advantage of them, you remember it was Andrew. When Andrew was coming to Florida, all them people were evacuating. And I know there were a lot of places on the Valdosta had filled up, but they were charging double for rooms.
Yes. That's
but now, if you look at what's running them motels, and it's sad to say this, but if you look at what's running them motels, they're not Americans.
Yeah, and, large percent of them are. That's right.
That's right. They're definitely not Southern people.
No, and it's a mentality, and it's a culture a lot of times, and it's ingrained. And down here in the South, and this may be a biased statement, but I believe it's true. I believe that we're very generous down here in the South. I believe we were raised in a culture that lends us to be generous. I've done it. I know. So I'm not going to toot my horn, but I know countless individuals who cannot afford to be doing the good that they're doing, if that makes any sense.
Well, you think about it. I mean, just like Andrew, let's just take one. If one come through the Gulf and it came up our way, I mean, a Category 5 storm, and there's piles of people in our area that don't have the money to load up and go to Grandma's house in another state away. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're right.
And we at the mercy of the world when we like that. And one thing I say, they may call us rednecks down here, but we all stick together and we all try to help one another.
We rise up, don't we? We do.
Hey,
we
brother,
rise
you got
up.
It. I like that. We rise up. There you go.
You brought up a good point. I've often pondered this. I'll get your take on it. Talking about the economy, there are a lot of people right here in our community. But think about just being down there on the edge of Florida and a Category 5 coming headed our way. Fortunately, with a hurricane, you get plenty of warning. But they issue a mandatory evacuation and tell you that you've got to leave. What do those folks do who don't have the means? I mean, I know people right now that don't have $10 to put in their gas tank. What do those folks do when it's mandatory that they've got to leave and it's a life-threatening situation and they just cannot leave? What do they do?
Well, there's some of them people that after that storm, if they survive, that they say they rode it out.
They're the ones being rescued.
And they go to some of them lucky enough to get to a shelter, but very few.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have a choice. They just have to, defend for themselves the best they can and hope that, the Lord watches over them.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I pray for those folks.
It is. And like you say now, with a hurricane, we do have warnings.
Yeah.
These people out there, no doubt there was a tornado warning, but ain't nobody telling them it was a Cat 5 and it was on level of, 2 miles wide and stay on the ground. Can you imagine a tornado being on the ground for 40 minutes?
No, I can't. I can't imagine.
I mean, we're blessed right through here now. We're blessed. We don't have many tornadoes.
Yeah.
And but I think about a lot of times when it comes to giving like that we don't realize. That's where that Bible says, "Love your neighbor."
Yeah,
because we don't realize just how quick we can be that neighbor.
You're right. By luck of the draw, that same or F5 tornado could have went through Hayhire or Homerville or Lake Park or middle of Valdosta. We're lucky, and you're right. We need to stop and think, man. How fortunate we are, and secondly, what would we want to happen if we were in that tragic situation? So. Love thy neighbor. You can't put it any better than that, man.
That's right. We got to step up and help them. We sure do.
Yes, sir.
And it's by the grace of God that we was born in the South. And I wouldn't want to be no other place where we are, right in South Georgia. But
I agree. When the terrible hurricane came through New Orleans and all, it forced a lot of people over towards the Valdosta area from New Orleans, and I know several families here in Valdosta that put people up that did not even know them. They'd run into them at the interstate. They had nowhere else to go. All the hotels up and down the interstate here for 100 miles was full. And there's people in Valdosta actually saying, "Hey, opening their house, please come stay here." Exactly. That's Southern hospitality right there.
I hate to say this, but I tell you this: if somebody from New Orleans would come and stay with me and my wife and my 4 children, by the time that visit was over, they'd have wished they'd have rode the damn hurricane out. That's about the way that would go.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you ain't got nowhere to go. You'll be glad to stay there.
You're right.
You guys have a great morning.
Appreciate you calling.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I got a couple little kids that could keep somebody entertained, boy.
Ooh, boy, don't we?
Yeah, they.
But Southern hospitality. You talk about that. living right there where we grew up at on Valdale Road. We had accidents happen fairly often out there. And I remember one Christmas. Yeah. On Christmas Day, we were all there at the house, and of course, a wreck happened there on the intersection. And this family, their vehicle was destroyed. They weren't hurt. The daughter there, she's probably 12, 13 years old, had a big old knot on her forehead. But Daddy and Mama invited this family into the house because where they lived or where they were going, where their other family members were, like 2 to 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
So they invited them in our house, and they stayed with us for like 3 hours on that Christmas day as our family was coming over to get them.
Yep, they ate with us, and
sure did.
That was a good day, actually. I felt good about all that, and it taught us a lesson there of generosity and caring and loving your neighbor, like the caller said, and simple life lessons. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, and it's sad. I remember all the time when we were young and in high school, when you saw someone broke down beside the road or even hitchhiking, it wasn't nothing to stop and pick them up. I've done it countless numbers of times. But nowadays, the way evil is, and I guess reporting of it, I guess it's always been there. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't in the forefront. Now, I find myself, you know, when I see a hitchhiker, I don't even consider picking him up. If I see somebody broke down with a flat tire, I'll stop. I always do that too. But the mentality of helping people has changed a lot, not because you don't want to help them, but because
you're scared to help them. You never know what's going to happen.
That's right. And, you know, you see the people, the unfortunate ones that's, down on their luck and needing help, and they're holding up signs, and you want to help them, but then you hear so many horror stories about, you know, I read something that a guy that did that, he did a story or a documentary, whatever you want to call it. He actually made about $150,000 a year just working the streets like that with a sign.
That's ridiculous.
But it all comes down to this. You know, loving your neighbor and doing what you're supposed to do. You're really supposed to, you know, help the person that's asking for the help, and I guess the rest up to God, you know. But I'll never forget when I went to insurance school back, I think it was in 1989 or 91. Went down to Jacksonville, old country boy from Hayhire, went down there for a week of school. And on the first morning, you had to walk from one building to the next, downtown Jacksonville. And this guy comes running up to me and says, man, I had a flat tire. I can't feed my family. I lost my money, and I felt so sorry for him. I gave him $20 and went on to class. Man, I felt so good that I helped him. And the first thing James Penn, the instructor, says, now, I want to caution everybody now, when you're coming from over at the hotel to the building here, you're going to get hit up with a lot of beggars that's on crack and all that. And they're going to take your money from you. They're going to go smoke it up, so don't give them the money. And, son, the rest of the week I was trying my best to find that cat. I was going to beat the brakes off of him. But anyway, we'll take a short break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearms, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout, or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you're not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA, Willacoochee, Valdosta. Coming at you this hour. Nothing but the best country music.
99.5 Kicks Country.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun. Talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We got a call coming in. Let's hit it real quick. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm listening to the radio right now. I've just come from Oklahoma. I'm actually from Moore, Oklahoma, where the tornadoes were at.
Wow.
Good.
I just wanted to thank you guys for thinking about everybody there right now, because it's complete, utter destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's the very least we could do. Man,
are you here visiting family, or coming through, or passing through, or what?
Yes, sir. I'm actually from Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I grew up in Olustee, and my husband is a Navy chief, and we are stationed in Oklahoma.
Wow.
So that's how we wound up there.
Good gracious.
And we've had a lot of fellow Navy members that also lost their homes. They've lost everything. We've lost our horses. We've lost our barns. A lot of my close friends have lost every single one of their horses, because we all barrel race.
Yeah.
So to hear you guys all the way down here talking about it on the radio really touched my heart.
Well, we appreciate you calling. It's a very humbling call right here. It's you're gonna make us all get teary eyed up in here, but
it's hard talking about it, you know, from seeing it in person and walking around and seeing nothing left, you know, but what's on your back.
Well,
and just to be able to come home and to get away from it for just a couple of days and see my family, but have to go back to it. It's hard, you know, go back to nothing.
Are you traveling right now, or are you, so you're traveling?
I am actually almost to Lake City.
Wow.
So I was just passing through, and I just happened to switch the radio station, and you guys were talking about, you know, being fortunate enough to live in the South and, you know, not have to really deal with very many tornadoes and just have the hurricanes really to deal with, and having, you know, plenty of time to prepare for everything. But, you know, there wasn't enough time really. There was approximately 16 minutes, and I was driving from Texas back home whenever everything came out, and they were telling everybody to get off the interstate. So I was pulling a horse trailer back from Texas with my horse, and I can just, you know, remember driving and having sheer panic attacks, you know, praying that I just made it home, you know, safe to get in the shelter.
You know, down here we say that we can imagine what happened, but we really can't, because we've never been in that situation. And you drive in anticipation of going to a place that you live and call home, and all your friends and your social network there, the schools that were hit, you readily identify that. And I can't imagine the feelings you were going through as you drove and listening to the reports and wondering what you were going to find when you got there. And it was hard. You know, I made it home, and we got in the shelter, and, you know, when it was all said and done, everything was gone. Yeah.
It was just a matter of minutes, you know. I mean, you come out and you see nothing, but just complete and utter devastation.
So did you have to get home and get into a shelter, or were you not there exactly? Or?
Well, the first day that the tornadoes hit is where it hit where my house was at, which was Newalla, Oklahoma, and Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Yep.
And then the second day, which was more, is when the big one hit also, because we had an S4 come through our area, and then the ES5 came through more. But that day I was actually at home, and my kids were still at school, and the buses were still running when we had the alarms going off telling us to get in the shelter immediately. And so, you know, I was just standing at my front door waiting for my kids to get off the bus because they had school that day. And, you know, you just pray, and that's all you can do.
That's right.
And just hope for the best.
Well, I know you're going down to be with your family. You're just getting in town, but we're doing, you know, the fundraiser that we're doing here in Valdosta today. If there's any way possible you could come up, we would love to have you to be as our guest. But I know you're going to be really busy.
I possibly could, yeah. I would be obliged to do that. I'm sure. I mean, I'm actually coming down here also to pick up donations and stuff. We've got someone in Florida that's been awful great to donate a bunch of hay and feed to all of the horses that survived, which there was approximately 34 horses that survived the tornado. They're all in really bad shape. They're anywhere from between shock to critical, broken legs. Some of them are being euthanized within the next few days because there's obviously nothing that can be done for them. You know, it's just pure suffering. And we've lost over 120 of them. And a lot of my friends' horses were boarded at Ore Farms and Celestial Farms, which is where the tornado took a direct path. And it literally wiped out everything, and there was like nothing left.
Goodness gracious. Well, let me tell you something. Our hearts and our prayers are with you and your family and all your friends out there. And you brought up a point of awareness that we need to make everybody aware of. Everybody has been displaced out there, and the homes have been destroyed. But the pets and the livestock and the animals, that's a whole nother ball game. You know, even if you've got just a pet rabbit in the backyard in a little pen, you probably lost it. And that's a kid's pet. And we see pictures on the internet and on the news wire that you know, pets have survived when their owners didn't. And it's a very sad and far-reaching thing. And I know you guys, we talked about it yesterday. You're going to be living this issue, not just the past few days, but for months on end. It's going to be a dominating theme. You know, you're going to be a constant reminder, the cleanup effort and all that. But let me tell you, you've got a whole country behind you. You do. And there ain't no place on earth that's behind you more than we are here in Valdosta, Georgia, and South Georgia, and on the Good Outdoorz Radio Show. And I challenge you that if there's anything you need, we can make it happen. And I guarantee you that if you need something or you've got a friend, if you'll contact us on our Facebook page at the Good Outdoorz with a Z, we have a community here that will rally. We've got friends, and I'm not going to call their names because they know who they are. But if there's one in particular that if we ask for help, he'll be here.
Yes, he will.
And we can rise up. We always joke and we have a good time on here, but we can rise up as a community and help you guys out, and we're there for you. And again, I challenge you, anything you need, all you got to do is get a hold of us.
Please do.
Call in on the air and let us know, 229-253-0995. You've got the number. Lock it in your cell phone there, and please call us if you need anything, and we're with you. We're our hearts and our prayers, and we're giving you a big old collective hug right now as we speak.
Yes, and we appreciate everything.
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't get any better than that, to be able to just hear, you know, how much everybody's backing us up in Oklahoma, because right now I think the most important thing to everyone is we just need everybody to pray for us. You know, we're broke, but we're going to be okay. It's going to be in time.
Well, as long as you've got everybody else, you ain't broke. You know what I mean?
That's it.
You're not.
And that is it.
But
I really appreciate it, and I have your number, and I will get in contact. I will be heading back to Oklahoma on Sunday.
Okay.
So, but I will be in the Lake City area and, you know, around visiting my family and stuff before I head back Sunday.
Okay.
So,
well, what Steve was saying a few minutes ago, you know, if you need anything, you or any of your family members or friends out there in the future, and it's not just now, not while you're here, but even when you go back home and anybody needs something, reach out to us, please. Reach out to us, and we'll do everything we can.
And I think right now anything is welcome, because there's so many people like that's doing without, I should say. You know, we're asking for like baby formula, diapers, any kind of clothing, any kind of feed for the animals that are being kept at the OKC Fairgrounds right now that were saved, that are being treated. A lot of our vets around the area are offering free care. I mean, they're literally tending to broken bones and stuff at no charge whatsoever.
Wow.
And a lot of the animals haven't even found their owners. Some of their owners didn't make it.
Goodness.
So these pets eventually will go up for adoption is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have, you know, a wonderful family in, you know, our small town there in Oklahoma, and it's nice to be able to come home and hear you guys talk about it on the radio and everything. It just really touches my heart.
Would you mind giving us your cell phone number?
Please.
Yes, it's area code 405
Mm-hmm.
593 4414.
And what was your name again?
It's Heather.
Heather. Okay, Heather. Well, we're probably, knowing us, we're probably not going to wait for you to reach out to us. We'll probably be reaching out to you sometime during the day, and off the air on some private things and some needs that you may have, and we're going to see if we can't get some help immediately. We're doing a massive fundraiser here locally, and that money is going to be donated to the Red Cross. But I can't think of a better thing to do than to send aid to someone as an individual. That way we know that our efforts are being used in the proper way. And
yes, and anything, like I said, is appreciated.
Well, we'll get a long list from you when we call you later today.
Okay.
And just be thinking about your close friends, families, and let's make a list of those things that you might need, and we're gonna immediately start a drive to get that to you.
Now we're gonna wait.
That would be great.
We know you're just getting in this morning, and we're probably going to wait and let you get some rest, but after lunch...
Yeah, it's been a long 19-hour drive, so I'll go straight through.
Would it be okay if we got in touch with you right around lunch or something today to see if we can and partner up with you sometime this weekend, whether it be today or tomorrow or Saturday?
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
Well, Heather, we really appreciate you tuning in this morning and sharing your story with us, and be looking... We will be in touch with you today.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate everything you guys are saying and talking about it. It just really touches my heart, and I'm sure that everyone back home would appreciate it as well.
That's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you very much, Heather.
Thank you.
All righty. Be careful.
Bye-bye.
We're going to have to go ahead and take a break and I'll recover from that. We'll be right back here. You listen to the Good Outdoorz Radio on 99.5.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. Did you know that T3 Outdoors buys, sells, trades, and consigns used guns? We need your used guns. T3 Outdoors has a huge selection of turkey gear, from mouth calls, box calls, decoys, and ammo. T3 also has $8.99 sweet fee. We also have new spring Under Armour, Guy Harvey, and AFCO shorts. T3 also carries knives, Yeti coolers, boots, Costa sunglasses, and more. T3 Outdoors is locally owned and operated on Perimeter Road next to Zacadoo's.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lessons facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors. I tell you what, that's a very humbling phone call that we just had for the past 10 minutes with Heather from Oklahoma that came through. We're going to go ahead and take this call real quick. Good morning, caller. You're on The Good Outdoors.
Wow, that was that's hard to follow right there, buddy.
Yes,
it is, man. It is. You know, Chuck, I know that you're gonna rise up too, but we're in the infant stages. This is just happening, but it's got us. I got our minds reeling and what we're gonna do. But we're gonna rise up as the Good Outdoors Nation, and we already had during the break. We had and I'm not gonna call no names. I think what it's about. We had a gentleman call in during the break and donate 50 cases of bottled water, and
for her to carry back if she has room. If not, we will get it to her some way.
Yeah, we're gonna raise more items and stuff that they can use than they're going to be able to carry back. But you go ahead and start spreading the word in the circles you run, and we're gonna get drop off points established here at Black Crow and Eagle Auto Repair. And we want to make a splash here, and we want to make that load as big as we possibly can. There ain't no way she's going to be able to carry it all back. I can guarantee you that.
I was doing good till she started crying, boy.
Ain't a dry up in here, buddy, at all.
No, Darrell Sample Jr. over here crying so bad he got his beard wet. But that's all right, ain't it?
I feel, and to think about the animals too, and people don't really think about that.
Well, that's right. That's what she got me thinking about. So many little things outside of the normal scope of just the loss and the human aspect of it. And then I started thinking when she said baby diapers and formula.
Yeah.
I mean, good night, man. Where do you go today in Moore, Oklahoma, when your baby's sitting there crying and needs some Similac? Yeah. Where are you going to go get it at?
And she'll be the one hands-on to tell you exactly what they really need. I mean, besides hearing it from the news. But.
Yeah, that's we've been doing this since September, and that right there is the most powerful, humbling phone call that we've ever gotten in here. Jim Morgan's just walking in the studio, and man, I tell you, Jim, that's a humbling phone call to hear.
Well, I really hope she gets to make it back up. I think she sounds like she might, but I really like
having the opportunity
Chuck, hold on.
to do things for folks. It's just very gratifying to know that people are reaching out, and what a devastating thing. Of course, I want to thank you guys for promoting our fundraiser today.
Yeah.
We're going to be out this afternoon from 4 to 6, the mall, Winn-Dixie at 5 Points, and at Super Suds up here on Gornto, and encourage you to come out and join us. If for some reason you can't, you can donate $10 by texting Red Cross to 90999.
Good deal.
And every little bit will help.
You got that right. It don't take much to when you're pooling it together. And people like Chuck, and some of our friends at the mill that called in here, during the break. We're going to need everybody in the Good Outdoors Nation, and I know they'll be there.
Well, we're taking that money there at work too now, and we're going to donate it to Red Cross too. So
great.
Yes, sir. Yes,
awesome.
sir.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all this evening.
All right, buddy.
Chuck.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, baby.
And we want to, that's something I was going to do right when we come back from break. I challenge everybody in the Good Outdoors that is listening, and we're going to keep this up throughout the entire rest of this show this morning. It may not be about the Good Outdoors, but it's going to be helping people, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to help Heather. We're going to help the people in Oklahoma. I challenge everybody out there, do something, donate something. We're going to get this thing together. We don't have very much time as far as Heather goes before she goes back, but we're going to do something with her. Something with her, and if her family's here, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. We're going to do something with Heather.
Yep, no doubt about it.
Anybody wants to donate any items, anything that is needed, we're going to get a better list up of what is needed, what some of the personal needs of her friends and family in Oklahoma is, and we're going to put it out there. So stay tuned, and anything you can do to help. If you can't help her individually, go by and donate today where Black Crow Media is. We're going to be out and about from 4 to 6 p.m. today in 3 different locations, and we need the donations, and they need the help.
Text the information that Jim just spouted out there and send $10. You can do that right from your phone from anywhere you're at. But 229-253-0995 is the number to call. Our phone lines are open. We always try to open them at 5 o'clock. We take calls at any time, but we like to try to give the number out after 5 o'clock, and that usually gives us some time to get a few things out of the way. But give us a call if you've got something you want to say about the call. If you can dry your eyes long enough to say it, we got a call coming in now. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you doing this morning?
How you?
We're doing good.
My heart goes out to those people out there.
Yep. No doubt, man. It's a tough thing to imagine, ain't it?
You just never know how short life can be until something like this happens.
Yeah, it's a precious thing. I was listening the other day. They interviewed a grandfather who, luckily, his daughter was able to get his grandchildren and then several other children in the community down in a shelter, and there were 10 of them down in there. And he had to hold the door of the shelter shut to keep the tornado from pulling them out. And he made the statement. He said, I just don't know what I'd do without my grandchildren. And man, that's just a tough thing to hear, a humbling thing to hear. And that phone call, man, that'll change your perspective when you're riding around Valdosta today, won't it?
Yeah. Darrell made a comment a few weeks ago about reaching out to some of the sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
They were liking their Facebook page and stuff, and I want you guys to know that I've actually talked to some of the people that support you on the show.
Yeah.
I sent them some messages, and I want you to know that every one of them has either emailed me back or they've returned my phone call.
That is fantastic right there.
I want you guys to know that the people that support you on this show talk really highly of you. I've never met you, but these people talk really highly of you, and to say you're good, fine Christian folks, so that's all that counts in my book.
Well, man, I appreciate that. That's humbling, too. You know, I hear a call like this and a compliment like that. It just makes me want to be a better person. And it's man, the experiences we've had with this show and the generosity of folks like you and like, I'm not going to call their names, you know, it's just, that's not what it's about. But we do have some fine sponsors, and we have a fantastic listening audience. And when we have ever asked them to rise up, they have. And sometimes when we hadn't asked. And we would not be here without them sponsors and people like you telling those sponsors that you listen to the Good Outdoors and you want to support businesses that support the Good Outdoors and our message. So I appreciate you saying that. I really do.
I've talked to people over at Deep South Sanitation several going on about the issue that they're having, and I was able to try to call into the show yesterday while Kerry was on there, but I got a text message back from his wife, and I just want everybody to know that she said that they were real glad that everybody was behind them, and they really thanks for their support, for everybody supporting through all of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we will. We support him, and I know that our 7,800 Facebook friends support him, and then I hope everything turns out well for Kerry.
They will. But anyway, remember, guys, we're in the great outdoors, and we love each other.
Yes, sir.
10-4, man. Thank you for calling.
See you, man.
229-253-0995 is the number to call if you got a question or comment about the call that we took. For those who are just joining, we had a lady call, Heather from Moore, Oklahoma. She's here to get away for a few days, and we're going to do some things to help her out. We'll go ahead and take the call right now. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors Radio. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Steve?
We're doing good, buddy. Doing good.
I just want to call, man, and said, I played ball against you in high school. And when you moved to Moultrie, I played ball with you.
Who is this?
The softball.
Who is it?
Jason Cooper.
Hey, what's going on, Coop?
Nothing much, but dude, when I heard your name on the radio, it brought a smile to my face.
You ain't kidding. We've shared the field of battle many times, haven't we, brother?
Yes, we have.
I just wish I could have hit the ball as far as you could. I'd have been a lot better off.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, man, I want to tell you, I love y'all show. I've been listening from day one. It took me a month to figure out who you was.
Well, how about that? I appreciate that. Well, I'm just glad when you figured out who it was, you didn't turn the channel.
No, but I know that your personality matches you. There ain't no faking.
You right. You got that right. I am who I am, man.
Yes, you are. And I've always loved you as a competitor and as a friend.
No doubt about it, man. Well, hit us up on Facebook. Send me a message with your phone number, man. I'll get in touch with you. We'll hang out, do something, catch up.
Yeah, I seen Dirk not too long ago.
Yeah, he's still rolling. I don't know how his knees are. I don't know how his knees are holding up, but he's still out there.
All right, buddy.
All right, appreciate you calling in, Coop. Talk to you later, man.
I sure will.
All right, we got another call coming in. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors? How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tom Weichel, and I'm assistant manager at Tractor Supply.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to donate myself personally 10 bags of horse feed.
10 bags of horse feed from Tractor Supply. Fantastic.
No, it'll be personally from me. I also own a horse ranch.
Okay, I think I've met you up there before, as a matter of fact.
Yep,
I think you were telling about you. Now, what was your name again, Tom?
Tom Weichel's the last name.
Okay.
And we'll donate that under Hawks Landing Ranch.
Hawks Landing Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you got a, we can get you up there at Tractor Supply. You don't need to give your...
Come by anytime today and pick that up.
Awesome.
I don't know that we'll pick it up today, but we'll make a mental note that it's there and get it in the next couple of days, because we're going to have to logistically figure out where we're going to hold it until we ship the, all the stuff out there. But we'll get it from you, and we really appreciate it. And I know the folks of Moore and Heather, will appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
You bet. You have a blessed day.
All right, you do the same. 229-253-0995 is the number to call.
Wanda Stone has already chimed in on Facebook. She's donating diapers, some formula, car seats. Great job, Wanda. I gave her my phone number. We will get that this weekend.
Fantastic.
And we're going to figure out how to get this up there to them.
You know what?
I got to carry it myself.
I was going to say, we may have to figure it out. Ronnie down at Eagle All Repair, he's affiliated with U-Haul, and hey, at the very least, we'll get a U-Haul truck, smack it.
We're going to
full of stuff, and man, I'm fired up about this.
I don't care if I got to take it up there myself and follow her back up there when she leaves. That's if that's what needs to happen, that's what's going to happen. We're going to get it there.
That's right. 229-253-0995 is our phone number. You can also hit us up on the Good Outdoors with a Z on Facebook and send us a message. And if we need to come pick up any items, we'll come pick them up. Just like Tom there at Tractor Supply. He's is it Hawks Landing?
Hawks Landing Ranch.
Hawks Landing Ranch. I'll make sure y'all check out Hawks Landing Ranch. I had a conversation with Tom a few months ago about that. Sounds like a great facility. And we appreciate everybody that's we're getting a lot of message in private, a lot of texts and things, and feel free to call in and make a donation on the air. We'll come get it. But if you want to keep it private, we'll do that too. So
that's right. Yeah, send us a message. I mean, my cell phone number, I don't mind giving it out for this, 229-834-3778. Call me, send me a message, tell me what you want to do, if there's anything you can do, and we'll keep it private, keep it off the air. It's not a problem whatsoever.
That's right.
229-834-3778.
And mine is 229-507-3425. 229-507-3425. Again, call me anytime when it's something like that, and we'll make sure we get what you have to the proper place. And we will. And the feed for the pets is big. The children's items,
diapers,
pretty much anything that you've got at your disposal to donate, it will be used. But we're going to take a break here on the Good Outdoors. We'll be right back on 99.5.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
I know, and that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Whitman, Georgia, and antiques go hand in hand. Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, located at 211 East Screven Street in Quitman, is a traditional Southern antique shop with a little twist, offering a consignment program that fits like a glove in the spacious downtown shop. But the real twist is Zumba. That's right, Tammy also offers Zumba fitness classes as well as tanning. Come by and check out the literally thousands of items upstairs and down. And if you have an item that you want Tammy to sell, bring it in. That's Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, 211 East Screven Street, Quitman, or give Tammy a call at 229-506-9146.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great Southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee! Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors this morning. Evidently, that we're having a little more technical difficulties than we thought this morning. Right when we went to break, Steve's daughter Emmy called in, and
she's 3.
She's 3 years old, and people were getting to hear what she said on the air, which is great. We wish you to call back in earlier. So
I think what she was trying to do is make a donation, and she just couldn't quite figure out how to do it. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. We for those of you are just joining us, we had a caller named Heather call in. She was traveling back down to Lake City, and she's from Moore, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. She is a victim of the tornadoes out there, and she called in to thank us for what we were doing. We're doing a fun drive here today from 4 to 6 at a few locations in Valdosta, but the call kind of transformed into a telling us what was going on out there, and it kind of hit on and some of the things that they need out there, and then it just kind of morphed into something, and we're doing a massive. Fundraiser's not really the thing, but our listening audience has risen up, and we've had calls coming in during the break, during the show. People are donating items, and now we've just decided that we're going to try to donate a mountain of stuff, and this is a particular situation where we know that these things are going to go to one particular location and one family to be disseminated among her friends and family that need these things. So we're going to know directly where this stuff's going to go. and what it's going to be used for. We've had a gentleman call in and donate 10 bags of horse feed. We've had clothes donated, 50 bottles of water, baby formula, car seat, diapers. I mean, the list is just growing. And people are sending us text messages and private messages on Facebook. And if you would like to donate something, hit us up on Facebook. We'll make sure we hook up with you over the next couple of days and pick it up. Or you can go ahead and drop it off at Eagle Auto Repair there in Lake Park, or here at the Black Crow Studios on Ellis Street in Valdosta. Tell them it's for the Good Outdoors. That's right. And let's call it the Heather Project. I think that'd be the name. The
Heather Project.
We'll call it the Heather Project, and we're going to help these folks out. It was a very humbling call.
Oh, yes, it was.
If you missed the call, we'll have it up on the internet today or tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have it up on our Facebook page right here shortly this morning. It's going to be put back up on our page for you to listen to and see just exactly how this one person and her family was affected and what she's going through. Obviously, they're big into horses out there.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of horses. They have a lot of horses that are still there. Some are in very bad shape that are suffering.
Yeah.
But, it's just very humbling knowing that she was coming through. She's tuned into the radio this morning. She heard the fundraiser that was happening 17-hour drive from her home. She heard about a fundraiser that Black Crow Media, the Good Outdoors, and that are doing today from 4 to 6 p.m. She called in and thanked us for this. It's a very humbling phone call. It just brings me back down to earth.
Yeah, we want to rise up. We kid about that, rising up about Second Amendment. It's time to rise up, baby. Rise up. Send them donations in. You can drop it by Ella Street at the the Black Crow Studios. You can drop it off at Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park. I'm sure our fine sponsors. A gentleman called in saying he's personally thanked our sponsors, and they're all behind us. I guarantee you that we don't have a sponsor that if you went by and said, hey, I need to drop something off and make sure that the guys at the Good Outdoors, they'll get it to us. So you've got several drop-off points. Johnson Distributing, T3 Outdoors, Adel Outfitters, the Sweet Tea's Barbecue up in Adel. If you're up in the Adel area, go by there and tell Teresa, hey, the guys are going to pick this up. I promise you she'll do it. Crystal River Seafood, Bubba Jack's Crab Shack. The list goes on and on. You can see a list. We have a new sponsor coming on, Bad Habits Saloon and Grub, right here behind Exit 18 Liquors near the mall. They'll be coming on board. Tammy's Antiques over in the equipment area. If you're over there, come by. And Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail, John Peak, you can load his warehouse out there. I guarantee you he don't mind.
No, Midway Auto, Bemis Road, any of them, anybody, Val Optics. Go by any of our sponsors if you need to. Get in touch with me again. My phone number is 229-834-3778.
Jones Welding, White Brothers, right there on Hill Avenue. Both of those, they got plenty of space. Drop it off; they'll get it to us.
Yes, sir. Sure will.
But 229-253-0995 is the number to call if you got a comment about the Oklahoma tragedy or anything to do with the Good Outdoors.
Keep the donations coming.
We got off on that this morning. I can't think of a better subject to talk to. We're gonna have to get the weather pulled up here in a minute. I know we talked about that out of the gate. Man, it was absolutely flooding this morning when I got up, and we'll see what the rest of the day is gonna hold. I suspect by looking at the radar earlier that it should clear out of here, and it looks like we'll have a nice day. We're doing the fundraiser out at 5 Points Winn-Dixie Super Suds right here on Gornto Road across from the mall. Will also be in the mall. Darrell will be located there. Ronnie, our own Ronnie Colbert, is going to be washing vehicles at Super Suds today, so you can go out and meet him. We've also got the Good Outdoors Radio T-shirts and koozies and armbands, or wristbands, I should say, available at Super Suds, so you can go by there.
Let's hit this call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. Hello. You still there? Okay. Sorry.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
Hey, we're going to hit the weather right quick. 71 degrees outside right now with a high of 94 degrees today. 30% chance of rain, 9-mile-an-hour wind. So we may have a little more rain coming in this afternoon. It's summertime. You never know.
Afternoon thunder showers are a staple of the summer, huh?
67 degrees for a low tonight, 91 tomorrow, 58 for a low tomorrow night. Just cool down a little bit, and 58 for a low Saturday night also, 91 and 89. 91 tomorrow, 89 Saturday, and 93 Sunday. So not bad weather. I'm getting a lot of text from different people donating things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still, my phone is going off. Alexis chiming in this morning. You know, glad off the air. I'll tell you what Alexis said. Thank you for listening, Alexis.
Yeah.
But I'm getting all kind of texts for people donating things, water, you know, anything, clothes, baby items. Y'all keep them coming, guys. We appreciate it.
Yep. Shoot, Alexis is getting that big fat paycheck from Wild Adventures now. She's ready. She's ready to make a donation. I know.
She's ready.
Yes, sir. We just had a case of one sauce donated, and the text there from Al says it works on anything and raises spirits, and it sure does. That's a life-changing thing too. That one sauce, we get some of that out there in Moore, Oklahoma, and that'll sure ease some pain.
Yeah, it will. Good deal. One sauce.
Appreciate that.
Write that one down too.
Appreciate that, Al. No doubt about it.
Case of one sauce.
229-253-0995 is the number to call. Caller, if you try to call back there, maybe we'll get you. Sometimes this weather makes some cell phones act a little funny there.
Making our studio act a little funny this morning too, but I'm glad we were able to get that one call.
Man, I know it. We've had some challenges in here this morning with our equipment. I don't know if it's weather related or what, but we've had bleeding over during the break. I'm glad, sometimes up in here in the break we talk about things that not really need to be talking about on the air. So I'm glad that it was a sweet little Emmy voice that everybody heard. So,
bleeding through during the break, and people saying, "Wait a minute, whose voice was that?" Is what whose little kid's talking to you?
Yeah. In the sports world last night, the Miami Heat were able to hold off the Indiana Pacers in overtime, thanks to LeBron James' efforts to take a 1-0 lead over the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and San Antonio versus Memphis in the Western Conference Finals. San Antonio's up 2-0. So, as most people predict, it looks like the Heat will be facing the Spurs for all the marbles, and we'll see how that goes. If you're a sports fan, if you're not, then that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Thanks, Demery. Appreciate the text there, buddy.
No doubt about it. I think we're going to be having a live remote coming up also the Friday before Father's Day at T3 Outdoors. We'll go ahead and start telling you about that. Joe's going to be having
Father's Day sale.
Having a Father's Day sale there, so we'll keep you tuned into that. And make sure you go by, if you're into food, make sure you visit all of our fine food sponsors and tell them that the Good Outdoors sent you. Just to hit on a couple right off the top of my head, we got Bubba Jack's Crab Shack.
And I was there yesterday, and boy, was it good.
Darrell ate lunch there. Unfortunately, I could not make it, and that's sad. I didn't even eat lunch yesterday, but go by there and try them onion rings, them hand-battered and dipped onion rings. They're good there. Sweet Tea's Barbecue up in Adel. My gosh almighty. If you like barbecue and you ain't been there, you better get there because you're missing out. Crystal River Seafood. I know that on Monday nights they got crab legs on a special there if you like crab legs. So make sure you hit all of our fine eating establishments, and Austin's Cattle Company out there. They make a great dinner steak there at a good price. So go check that out too. And of course, Bad Habits Saloon and Grub. Man, they got some fine food there too. So make sure they have their grand opening June the 1st. So make sure you check that out. But we're going to take a break right quick. We'll come back with our wrap up segment. You're listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Oh, welcome back.
Caught us off guard.
We're sitting there running our mouths. Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. It's our wrap-up segment brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. John Peak out there on the Equipment Highway, just past the river on the right of Sporting Clays, quail hunting, 5-stand, rifle, pistol range, clubhouse for entertaining corporate groups and birthday parties. Y'all go check John out. He's a great member of the society and the Good Outdoors here. But we got another call coming in. We'll take it real quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good morning, guys.
How about it?
Turned into a great show, hadn't it?
Man, you ain't kidding. It's one of my favorites.
You know, I was just thinking, I did a job the other day down in Branford, Florida, and it was an elderly couple, and they had lived in Florida, and they said they wanted to go to Oklahoma, so they moved to Oklahoma, and because she was leaving Florida because of the hurricanes. She said, I'm tired of these hurricanes, and they went to Oklahoma, but they moved back to Florida, and they don't live as close to the beach, but she said, you know, them tornadoes, you can't hear them coming, and that Heather mentioned that in her call, you know, these hurricanes, we might know 6-7 days in advance that there's something out there turning.
That's right.
And we can take cover. We know that within hours or whatever that it's coming, but they have no idea or no warning most of the time.
And, you're right. It's terrible.
It's terrible. That'll touch your heart.
Yeah, well, you know, they had a warning 16 minutes in advance, I think it was, and if it hadn't have been for that, it would have been a lot worse.
Well, the way I understand it, you know, she had 16 minutes. That was the one in Shawnee. I'm not sure if that Moore had that kind of warning.
Yeah, you may be right.
I don't think they had that kind of warning.
And
but
people,
either way,
people are forgetting the one that happened the day before that she was involved with. You know, that's not even making the news right now. That's,
right.
You know,
that's not even making the news. That
it's still in the same exact
the only
area.
thing making is the one in Moore.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Good point.
But like I said earlier, I'll donate water. If we do that, I'd assume meet y'all somewhere with the truck, for we ain't got to double and triple handle it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll coordinate with you.
We'll coordinate with it, but
gonna be an event. Now, Stick Man, I know that you said you did a job down there. That's with you installing your blinds, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What's the name of that blind company again?
Shade of Perfection.
Shade of Perfection. If y'all
Shade
need,
of Perfection. That's right.
Anybody listening to these blinds, we know the man.
Well, I appreciate it. And it ain't about that, but I just down there recently, and it was an elderly couple. They lived down in somewhere in the Tampa area down there where the on the water close, and they said they wanted to get away from those hurricanes, so they moved to Oklahoma. And it wasn't long; they were back in Florida. They live in Branford, Florida now.
Yeah.
But
good deal.
You can know that the hurricanes are coming.
That's right. That's right. It ain't such a bad place down here in South Georgia, North Florida, is it?
No, it ain't. Like we always call it, we call it God's country. But
Yep.
I like visiting everywhere else, but somehow or another we wind up back in South Georgia.
That's right. We always come back home, don't we?
That's right, brother. But y'all let me know. Let's make it happen.
All right. Appreciate you calling, Steve. Appreciate the donation, man.
See you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Timmy Neesmith, he was one of the very first people to charge up and rise up and donate 50 cases of water. And we'll be coordinating with Timmy and getting them ready for shipment there. So we're gonna be busy the next few days. We're gonna try to gather this up. Today's Thursday. We'll work through the weekend and first part of the week, and we'll try to get that ship right on out of here, maybe middle of next week, so that it can be.
We've had 50 cases of water, 10 bags of horse feed, cases of one sauce, car seat, playpen, diapers, formula, dog food, more clothes donated. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Keep them coming, guys.
Yeah.
Because this phone call that we had just touched me, and just, it's from somebody that lived through these tornadoes.
Yeah. And, I'd like everybody to especially concentrate on things for children. That's just really bugging me. As y'all heard little Emmy call in at 3 years old, calling there and talking. I think about that, and I shudder to think what would be going on and going through mine and Billy's mind if we were out there in that situation. My wife, I'm gonna brag on her here, and she is probably got to be the most concerned and protective mother on the face of this planet, and I love her for it. And I can't imagine what we would be going through, knowing her emotions when it comes to taking care of our kids. What we would be doing right now if our lives were turned upside down right now. I can't imagine trying to make it through that. My first impulse would probably be to get the heck out of there like Heather did and get somewhere, with some sanity. So
let's take this call too.
Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Morning, fellas. How y'all doing this morning?
We doing good. How are you?
So far so good. I just got off the phone with a couple of my family and relatives. They up that way. We was just kind of wanting to touch bases with you. I actually put out both your cell phone numbers, and we know a lot of people are without shelter and all. We know I overheard something with y'all saying the hotels are charging too high rates. We'd like to actually find out about if any of the families would like to stay in some campers or RVs. I got a couple members that owns a couple RV parks and stuff like that up that way.
Okay, that would really help. Sure would.
Yeah, we'd like to get in touch with you sometime today. I'm actually just now getting off work, and I can come down that way. Probably be a little while. Probably by this evening, meet up with y'all, and he's going to try to come with me.
Well, we're going to be doing a fundraiser. I don't know if you heard us earlier, from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to be at a couple of different locations. Darrell's going to be located inside the mall. I'm going to be out there at Winn-Dixie at 5 Points, and then Ronnie, he will be at Super Suds on Gornto Road. And you've got our cell phone number, so whenever you get in town, if you'll give us a call, we'll make it a point to meet up with you.
All right, I sure will.
Yeah, okay. Give us a holler, man. We'll be waiting on you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Thanks. You. Yeah, that'd be a good thing if he's got contacts for shelter out there.
Got another call coming in. Let's take it. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Hey, everybody thinks about food and clothing and stuff like that, but these people need personal hygiene stuff too, like toothpaste and toothbrushes and tissue, and nobody ever thinks about stuff like that.
Great point. It's the little things like that make a lot life easier. Hand sanitizer, shampoo, toothpaste,
deodorant.
Even aspirin, Tylenol. Just the things, Band-Aids, the things you don't think of. So good point. That's a great point right there.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people ain't got money, but deodorant, you can get deodorant for $1. So
that's right.
The little travel size things, Walmart's got a whole selection of dollar items for travel. Those are perfect little things that we can send out there. Great call. Good point. Appreciate you reminding us of that.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Anything that you can donate.
Yeah, we got time for a couple of more calls if y'all want to call in, 229-253-0995. We're getting close to the wrap-up. Want to make sure y'all stay on 99.5 Kicks Country. Jim Morgan in the morning comes on at 6 a.m. or shortly thereafter. He'll start out with the some patriotic music there. We got another call coming in. We'll go ahead and take it. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I just want to say I'm from Oklahoma. We're stationed here at Moody Air Force Base, and it really means a lot to me that you guys are trying to help out. I have family members right there and more.
Mm-hmm. It's the least we can do. That's for sure. What was your name again?
Rose?
Rose?
Yes, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Okay, make sure you send us a message on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z with your contact info. We'd like to help as much as we can.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Rose.
We're going to hit this other call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Yes, I was just wanting to know about getting this stuff out there. If y'all need any help about shipping it to the people.
Yeah.
I've got 2 trucks, and they're pickup trucks, but diesel trucks with 2 32-foot trailers. I would volunteer to drive it out there.
Awesome.
Yeah, what's your name and phone number so we can get in contact with you?
My name is Wade. My number is 229-589-3609.
Gotcha,
okay,
Wade.
That's great, man. Really appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. We got another call. We'll take it real quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing good. What you up to?
Nothing. I was just listening to y'all. I just wanted to tell you guys that I was proud of what y'all was doing, and I was glad to call you guys, my dad and my uncle.
Well, we appreciate it. And when you get your next paycheck, Alexis?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I need to borrow $5. Can you help me out?
I got you.
Alexis,
I love y'all, and I'm
we love you back honey.
We love you too. Appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Bye.
I'll tell you what, that's a sweet girl right there, a hard worker. Hey, I hate to say this, but I hear the Good Outdoors calling our name again, and I wish we could keep on doing this, man. Now I know why Jerry Lewis did it for all them years. It's a great feeling to give back like that. And,
again, if you have anything you want to donate, get in touch with us here. You call Black Crest Studios. They'll get in touch with you. Our number's, again, 229-834-3778. Give me a call or text anytime, Steve.
Yep. Stay tuned for Jim Morgan in the morning. Jim Morgan in the morning. He's going to have more information on all the fundraising activity today. Y'all keep it tuned right here on Kicks Country 99.5. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.